301 Chevy.
Propagating truth in a world of lies. You are listening to the Johnage Project.
Trust no one. Trust no one. Trust no one.
You found it. You're here. You're headlong down the runaway train that is the anomicage, and I am your host, johnage. Happy to come at you once again in the dark side of the AM. Please check out anomicage.com if you have not already done so. PayPal.me/anomicage. Patreon.com/anomicage as well. Got so many lovely links there. Got the Cash App link. Got the Buy Me a Cup of Coffee link. Satoshis. What else we got on this thing? The PayPal and the Patreon, the obvious stuff we already covered. Yeah, you can do all that and so much more at anomicage.com. Free iPhone app, free Android app. Subscribe by email link and a free newsletter. So much more right there at anomicage.com. If you're checking out the homepage right now, you'll see we got all sorts of information breakdown segments. Those are the shorter varieties if you are so inclined to check those out. Make sure you sign up for all the things on the social media links. Like all the likes, subscribe to all the subscriptions, as I always say. All right. So now you know what to do. Obvious stuff. Let's check out the realness tonight. Title of tonight's episode. Theft of time. That's exactly what we're talking about, folks. We're talking about theft of time. It always reminds me of archaeology stuff that I used to teach. I used to be a poster, I guess. I never actually seen one in person, but said something to the effect of theft of time. Showed a picture of pot hunters stealing artifacts and trinkets and implying that they were theft of time. Bandits taking away what could be some sort of substantial artifact, breaking information and the like, you know what I mean. But that ain't exactly the theft of time we're talking about this evening. I want to get into the obvious things that are thefts of time. The conscious and the unconscious. How is time being stolen away from us? Quite apropos, because I was without internet for about 4 days. And it's kind of wonderful. To be honest, it's wonderful. You go through a little bit of withdrawal, and then you just come to the great realization that, man, this is great. Kind of like I always do whenever I leave the house. I'm pretty much always have my communication devices on airplane mode. Kind of hacks off family members, but I think back to the times when no one was tethered to some stupid device. You just got to leave the house and roll the proverbial dice. Sure, you might get in a situation, you need a phone, you might break down, something might happen at home, but you know what, folks? It all magically finds a way of working itself out. Or it doesn't. That's just the beauty of it all. That is the beauty of life. You do not have to be tethered to these devices. And I think when we look at the theft of time, that's got to be first and foremost in everyone's mind's eye here in 2025. As Big Reed often says, shout out to Big Reed. You don't know me, but I love your work. Time. Time is that great equalizer. And as Charles Barkley and the boys on Inside the NBA might say, Father Time is undefeated. It really is. And Father Time, it gets us all, man. I mentioned this The great Heat of the Night episode I've mentioned several times on this show. A trip upstate. And it really boils down to just that. Father Time is undefeated, folks. It knows no race. It knows no sex. It knows no gender orientation. We are all born into this world alone, and we will die in this alone, folks. Father Time is undefeated. Takes everybody out. Don't matter how much money you have or think you have. I will say the caveat is, if you got a whole lot of money, odds are you got a whole lot better health care than a lot of people. You can get those experimental treatments. You can actually just probably avoid the medical mafia altogether. But at the end of the day, we all got to check out in this piece. And we really have to pay very close attention, I would say more now so than ever, to the things we waste our time on, folks. It was beautiful being without the internet for a few days because we talked more. We did the mundane a little bit more. We broke out the old DVDs a little bit more. It was beautiful, folks. It was really just beautiful. And so many things that are thieves of time. The social media being the obvious one. I'm as guilty of it as anybody. I'll get on there just for a minute. I'm just going to check on this, that, and the other. Before you know it, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour or two's gone by, and all I've been doing is scrolling through. Just addicted to the information, addicted to the news, addicted to the pictures. What am I going to miss, you know? It was a beautiful time a few weeks back. Me and my daughter went camping, and it was great. I didn't miss a thing. That's what you miss by not being on social media. The world won't stop without you, as Bad Religion says. The world will not stop without you. You will be dead one day, and everything else will just keep on going. Same thing if you're not checking your social media. It's all just going to keep on going, folks. That's the beauty of it all. The world does not need you. It just doesn't, folks. It does not. So excuse my misspeak there. Pay close attention to the things you urinate away your time on, folks. Because if you got kids, guess what? They're only going to be the age that they are now for a very short, brief moment of time. That goes for you too, folks. You're only going to be the age you're at for a short moment of time. And Father Time is a cruel taskmaster. There's a lot of stuff that you think you're going to be able to do forever. And guess what? If you live long enough, there are going to be things you just cannot do anymore. So take it all in stride, folks. Take it all in stride. One thing I always want to touch on is the people that you allow in. The people that you allow in can be thieves of time. If you let them. I mentioned this on the last show. Don't let people guilt you into doing stuff you don't want to do. Don't let people try to manipulate you and play these mind games that you need to do this. Oh, I can't believe you're not going to do that. Oh, what about this? You know, you should really do that. You know what, folks? You should really do exactly what the bleep you want to do. Cold, hard facts time. Because we only get on this carousel one time. So don't let people manipulate you into doing nonsense you don't want to do. Do what you want to do. Folks, that's going to cheese a lot of people off, but that's real, man. We only get on this ride one time. Don't be on your deathbed, be on your deathbed saying, man, I wish I hadn't done this. I wish I hadn't wasted so much time doing that. What is that funny line? Nobody on their deathbed ever says, man, I wish I spent more time at work. I wish I'd have put in more overtime. No, folks, that's stupid. So don't let other people waste your time for you. If that means hacking people off, so be it. That's all right. Spend time doing the mess you want to do in this wonderful ride that we call life. Let me speak on this before I forget, though, because the job can also be a thief of time. It's a thief of time for everybody. A lot of people don't think of it this way. But whatever you're doing throughout every day, think of it this way. You've only got so many hours in a day. Cold hard fact, so many years in the life. So think about what you're doing. Be very cognizant that an old psychology thing called mindfulness. Think each day, think each moment even about what you're doing. Is this mindful? Is this something I should be doing? Is this something I could be just wasting time on? People's one of them. Don't waste time on people that are just a bunch of garbage. There's a lot of people out there that will put you into their own mess. They can't wait to tell you about their own mess. Oh, it's so bad. This is what's going on. Oh, my goodness. They are, by and large, wasting your time, folks. A lot of fair weather friends out there. You're the friend I don't need. That old Bold song. Only around when my world is all right. A lot of fair weather friends. A lot of people that are just dying to get you into their mess, into their jackpot. Don't let them get you into their nonsense, folks. That means cutting people out, cutting people off, so be it. Keep in mind that mindfulness thing. There's only so many hours in the day, so many minutes in the hour, so many years in the life, folks. Be mindful. The job thing, man, I can't say enough about it. If you're doing something you hate, keep this in mind. Just what I said. You only got so many hours, so many minutes, so many seconds in the day. And a job, at the end of the day, is someone paying you for the time. That limited amount of time that you have. Somebody's giving you money for that. And then you're getting taxed on that. And all this is just to pay for the air, food, and water. Well, scratch the air. Yet. Air, food, water, shelter, all those things that you got to have to live, thrive, and survive. That's what kind of hacks me off when people saying money ain't the key. All right, if you're down with just living in a tree somewhere, I guess money's not the key. You want to forage for your food. You want to drink rainwater. Yeah, okay, well, if you're into all that, then money's not the key. But reality checks out. Money is the key for so much of this mess. In order to get some form of currency that you can buy this mess with, you are trading your time, trading your life. So there's this weird satanic ebb and flow, the yin and the yang. You can't live without this mess, but you got to sell away your life to get this mess. Isn't that some sick nonsense if you think about it? Think about that one, folks. You can't live without all this mess, but all this stuff you can't live without, you've got to sell your time for, sell your life force, sell your life in order to keep your life above water. And it's just most ridiculous, expensive insanity in the world. Bought 3 things today from the grocery store with $30. These 3 things were just not even tangible things that you need, folks. Bought some saline spray. Okay? That's $11, $12 almost. Got some eggs. They were out of the free range organic kind. I just had to get the free range kind. $9. Bought some sesame oil for the Asian food I was making this evening. $6. By the time you get out the door with all the taxes, tags, fees, and stipulations, darn near $30. It's a joke, folks. It is a joke. It's a cruel joke, and the laugh's on us because this is a global satanic death cult. Money is pulled out of a proverbial hat. It has no value. It ain't even predicated on precious stones or metals that don't even have any freaking value. It's a scam, folks. Scam, hustle, dodge, and con. And something I was trying to explain to people, I've tried to explain this to people all the time. But there's a lot of people out there that ain't stressing like us. They ain't living paycheck to paycheck. They're not barely keeping your head above water. No, they ain't making a break when they can, no. To paraphrase the Good Times theme song. There's a lot of people that ain't living like that, folks. And I encourage you to take advantage of the time that you have. Don't put off that trip. Don't put off going out of town. Don't put off doing something with your family. Don't put off doing something with your spouse. Don't put off doing something with your kids. Do it. Because at the end of the day, there's one thing that's not guaranteed, and that's time. You could lie down tonight, and that's it. Wake up dead, as the song goes. You could be driving to the store, boom, you never make it to the house again, folks. I know I'm sounding a little morose, but it is the cold hard facts. Do it, folks. Do the things that you're putting off. Do the things you're planning on doing. Sometimes you got to stop planning and just do it. Do that old Nike thing. Just do it. Life is not a spectator sport, folks. It is not a spectator sport. That old Jackie Robinson quote is so true. You got to get out there in it. You got to make some waves. You got to do your own thing. You got to take some chances sometimes. You just got to do it, folks. Get the wife, get the kids, get in the car. Let's go. Don't sit there and plan it to death. Don't sit there and pack it to death. Just get in the stinking car and do it. You don't want a life of regrets. You don't want the woulda, coulda, shouldas. It's that old saying, if ifs and buts were candy and nuts, we'd all have a Merry Christmas. Don't live on those ifs and buts, man. Get out there and do it. I know somebody's going, I can't afford this. It's all about the money. I know it is. You ain't got to tell me twice. I know darn well it's all about the money. Even if you don't have any money, try to do the little things that you can do for free. Get out there and walk around in the woods. Get out there and walk around by some water. Just get out there and talk. Get out there and be with the family that you got. Do that free stuff that you can do. You ain't got to schedule some crazy flight across the world, making crazy resort reservations and so forth. Do what you can do, folks, as long as you can do it. That's about all I got to say about that this evening. You can't do everything, but you can do something. Get out there. Do your part. Make a difference. Don't worry about all this nonsense, folks. Do what you can do. The rest will take care of itself. I'll be seeing you sooner than later in the anomicage.
Thank you for listening to The Anomicage, a John Age project. For past shows, further info, and to comment, go to anomicage.com. That's anomicage.com. Till next time, thank you for listening to The Anomicage.
Thank you.